our names, robbed of our language. We lost our religion, our culture, our God. And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our mind.
Do you hate all white people? I don't think it's a fair question. The white man doesn't even come into my attitude. Mr. Muhammad teaches us to love our own kind and let the white man take care of himself. For a white man today, sir, after kidnapping millions of black people from Africa, stripping them of all human characteristics and relegating them to the role of chattel or cattle or animals, commodity, merchandise that could be bought and sold at will, and then 100 years since the Emancipation Proclamation, using every type of deceptive method to further us into slavery, called second-class citizenship, I think that it would take a whole lot of nerve for white people today to ask Negroes, do they hate them?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind?
We arrived on slave ships, tortured, chained, and whipped. 400 years of being slaves in the land of the brave. Have we forgotten? Our ancestors forced to pick cotton. Women raped and tortured, murdered if they caught ya. Niggas swung from trees like a breeze do summer leaves, swaying back and forth, failed attempts to make it north. Millions of people died just so that we can survive. So this knowledge I provide, cause these facts can't be denied.
We are peaceful people. We are loving people. We love everybody who loves us. But we don't love anybody who doesn't love us. We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us. You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Verse hate. Time for my people to eliminate that hate. Less love, cause it's our people that we're thinking of.
You know, it's hard for anybody, but it's very hard if you're born black in a white society. Hard because what the world does to you, if the world does it to you long enough and effectively enough, you begin to do it to yourself. You become a collaborator, an accomplice of your own murderers, because you believe the same things they do. They think it's important to be white, and you think it's important to be white. They think it is shameful to be black, and you think it is shameful to be black. And you have no corroboration around you of any other sense of life. You know, all those corroborations which are around you are, in terms of the white majority standards, so deplorable, they frighten you to death. You don't eat watermelon. You know, you get so rigid you can't dance. You know, you can hardly move by the time you're 14. You know, you're always scrubbed and shining. You know, a parody of God knows what, you know, because no white person has been, you know, as clean as you have been forced to become. And you got somehow to begin to break out of all of that and try to become yourself.
We go in. My pants poster sad. We going ultra. Yeah. We going ultra black. I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. We going. Occasion we rose to that. Fuck on postal. We going ultra black.
States. There's a reason we're the only people in the history of the United States for whom it was ever illegal to learn to read and write. Because we know, right, that education leads to liberation. And you can't keep people down who understand their history. Because once you learn your history, you don't accept your place.